Hey everybody, welcome back to Beyond the Beard with me, Born Bearded Dave. How is everybody doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for coming in. I know Tuesdays are a late one for you guys over on the east side of things, and I appreciate you guys being here. Looks like we got some people in here I want to go ahead and say hi to, and then I will catch up. We do have a guest coming in. He's running a little bit late tonight. We also have a special appearance by Ron coming in tonight, I believe. So he's going to be running a little bit late as well, but they will be here, guys. So we are looking forward to tonight's show. So, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying hi to everybody. Kenny? Kenny, yeah, the time said 12 a.m. I messed up when I set the time and I set it for 10 p.m. Eastern instead or Pacific instead of Eastern. So I appreciate the heads up on that. Kenny, thank you for being here. Randall Crunk, always good to see you, brother. Hope everything is going well. Chris, appreciate you, brother, as always. South Texas Beard, appreciate you being here. Been seeing you coming in quite a bit often. I really appreciate the support, brother. Plus all of the comments that you've been leaving in the videos too. It's been awesome, man. Thank you so much. Abe, good to see you, brother. Hope everything is going well. Miss Kiki, hope everything is going well with you. Hope you and the little ones are doing well. Kenny, yep. Got those emojis going for the members there, guys. So appreciate you guys being members. Viking Papa, Jeff, appreciate you being here and all your support, brother. Heads up, that did come in today. We're going to try to get that done tonight and get it out tomorrow morning before we leave town. So hopefully you'll have a tracking number tomorrow morning. Chris, Stanley, brother, hope everything is going well. Thank you for being here, brother. All right, Lions Mane, appreciate you being here. Good evening, y'all. Road to 1K breaks to my sticker. Yep. All those emojis. Donnie 3D, appreciate you being here. The infamous Miss K, aka Dot Lady, aka Ain't B. Babe, appreciate you being here and all your support as always. And I think the music might have called this guy in. Romy, appreciate you being here, brother. Hope everything is going well. And Ray Smokey, thank you guys so much for being here. I think we had a few more people pop in. I'm going to see where I left off. And I left off way up there. All right, guys. I'm going to see who I may have missed here. True North Beer Co. As always, appreciate you, Chris, Tara, Finn. You guys are amazing. And thank you guys for all your support. Let's see. I think I got Jeff Valahar. Veronica, appreciate you being here. Hope everything is going well. All right. JB, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Talk about beard goals, guys. Man, you guys haven't caught JB's shorts that he puts on. You guys got to check him out. Abe, I think I got you. Just want to double check there. Let's see. True North. Mike, appreciate you being here. Don't think I caught you. Jacked Up Leatherworks, Jacob, appreciate you being here and all your support, brother. Means a lot. Let's see. Diamond Cut, good to see you in tonight. I think we might be caught up. It might take me a second to be sure. All right, guys. I think we are caught up. Thank you guys so much for being here and all your support. Looks like we do have our guest in. So we're going to talk to this guy. He's got some knowledge. We had him in on the 24-hour live stream. If you guys didn't mention that, it's definitely worth playing in the background and listening to all these amazing stories. We haven't seen this guy in a little bit. So we're going to pick his brain, see what he's been up to. And I'm really looking forward to the show tonight. So let's go ahead and bring him in. If I get the thumbs up from him that he is good to go. All right. And we got Robert Allen. Appreciate you coming in. And we have Justin Summers. Brother, how are you doing tonight?
What's up, guys? I'm doing good, man. Had a little escapade that I had to go take care of, but I'm here.
You made it, man. You made it. I appreciate you being here, man. And we're going to get into it a little bit. Some of you guys might notice if you've
Look
seen
different.
Summers, he looks a little bit different. But we're going to get into that, and it's for good reason. We're going to talk about that a bit. But Summers, one of the reasons why I wanted to ask you on today is because on the 24-hour live stream, we had a seemed like we had so much to talk about as far as the mental health aspect of things. And some of the people that we had on there, it just seemed like that 30 minutes was just so fast, and you were one of those. We really want to get you on and talk to you, and it's been a while.
That was the
And
quickest 30 minutes ever, Dave.
man, it was quick, and it was some people, with some people, I think even an hour would have been too quick. So,
Right?
but we got some plans for that for this one next year, and we're gonna have some sign up sheets early,
Oh,
and
nice.
we're gonna lock down some pretty good guests for some more time as well. Small batch, appreciate you being here. Just trying to make sure I caught everybody in here. If I missed you guys, I apologize. Well, I got to say hi to this guy, Pud. Appreciate you
Oh,
being here, brother, and all your support.
what's up, Pud?
Let's see. The Mental Health Matters T-shirt I won for the 24-hour show is one of my favorite shirts now. It's great quality and a good message. Speaking of the quality, guys, this guy right here or right here, whichever side it is, he is the one that made those shirts for us. For a tribute for what we were doing. And to be honest, I every time I get it washed, I wear it. So it's an awesome shirt, and you do great work on those, man. So I definitely want to try to promote those shirts out there as well that you got going, and
Absolutely.
whatever we could do to help. But we got Miss K Cups. Yep, she is here tonight. Little announcement on that, guys. We're gonna try to get those cups, the ones that you guys had on a sneak peek on Miss K's live. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. We're gonna try to get those up sometime tonight. If not, they will definitely be up in the morning. And man, I'm really excited about those. Those are a really nice set. So,
Yeah, they looked really cool.
J Farm, appreciate you being here, brother. I, let's see. I think we caught Tony. Tony, we miss you. We missed you. I'm sorry, man. Appreciate you. All right. Hell Summers, let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's do
The
it.
importance of men's mental health awareness for this month. What are some of the things that you reflect on as far as the importance of just the awareness of men's mental health?
Uh, just, you know, I try to tell people all the time, like, you're never alone. A lot of times these people, that I talk with, and I talk with some veterans and stuff like that, and they're like, nobody wants to listen. That's why we feel the way we feel. Um, and even sometimes the VA, man, sometimes the VA will make you feel like you're a nobody,
Right.
and I went for a while, talking with Brewer and a few other people, and they kept changing therapists on me. So it seemed like
Mhm.
you'd get your story out there, and you would connect with a therapist, and you would start talking, and all of a sudden you'd have a rescheduled appointment that was like a 2 hour appointment, or an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's like, what's going on? So I would call, and they'd be like, oh, well, there's a new therapist in the VA clinic. And I'm like, I
Ah,
just, I just stopped going. Right. And it got pretty bad. A lot of y'all that are in the chat, which my dog got a new squeak toy. I'm sorry, y'all. But a lot of people in the chat, y'all know that I have a son with autism. And autism and PTSD is like a tornado.
Right.
It does not mix very well. So it was a struggle, not only because my son didn't understand me, but really and truthfully, I didn't understand him.
Right.
It's just even doctors had told me. I talked with Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. I had 15 psychiatric doctors evaluate my son, and went through a whole lot of stuff. And they said, whatever you're doing is working. It's great, because y'all, it's a tornado. So my son has been diagnosed with PTSD due through some trauma that he dealt with other.
Mhm.
People in his life. And,
Right.
we have full custody of him now. And I just told him one day, I said, you know what? I said, I told him and my wife, I said, I'm going to fight for community care. I said, because a therapist did help me. And there's a lot of guys that give up, man. And that's why there's a lot of, suicides in the disabled veteran category, because they give
Right.
up. And I knew I couldn't. I knew I couldn't give up. I care too much about my family. I care too much about
Mhm.
myself. And how would that look if someone gave up that is a huge advocate for mental health? Then it's like,
Right.
well, this guy's been preaching about it and talking about it, and then all of a sudden he's not here no more. He gave up. So I said I wasn't going to give up, and I pushed for community care. Took almost a year, to get community care, but they kept saying, "Well, you're so close to this clinic, and you're so close to that clinic." I said, "I don't care anymore." I said, "I need the help, and I need a therapist," and that's, it took almost a year, and they finally gave it to me. So I'm back seeing a doctor, for my meds, and I am, in the process of matching with a therapist, because
Well, that's
they can
good.
give you anybody, right? I mean, here's our
Mhm.
therapist that we have. Well, the good thing about community care when you go to someone like that is there's multiple doctors in that facility.
Which is
So,
good.
but I created the shirt, built through patience. Beard growth is helped me more than anything. It not only helped me with my hygiene, but it's helped me with my mental capacity.
Hmm.
It's gave me patience, because there was times, Dave, I've asked you before, like,
Hmm.
man, I'm like patchy over here, and it just don't look right,
Right.
and you've gave me some tips, and other people's gave me some tips, and it definitely makes you slow down a little bit. You have to get up
Right.
earlier if you're a morning routine person. You have to get up earlier. So it
Hmm.
just, so I created that shirt, built through patience, and that was my first design that I created. And it just went from there. I did the mental health one, and then I did the, suicide awareness one, because last
Awesome shirts.
September, last September, we were going to a beard comp, and my godson committed suicide. So my best
Yeah.
friend's 15-year-old son committed suicide. And I'm here to tell y'all, if you don't talk to your kids, please talk to them. And I know y'all heard me say that in the 24-hour show, but
Hmm.
the social media and stuff, they're putting in, subliminal messages in these videos that these kids are watching, and you don't even pick up on it. I mean, there was a video on his TikTok that they slowed down, and literally in the background it was just telling him to do it, just do it, just do it. And if kids hear that and they don't think that they mean nothing to anybody, that they act on it.
Mhm. All right. I mean,
And
it goes without saying, your words, and this is for anybody, your words have power. Um,
absolutely.
you have the power to lift somebody with your words or yourself, or you have the ability to destroy people with your words or yourself. So yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely agree. And yeah, believe we were. I want to say we were on our way back from Buckeye when I heard the news of that, and man, it's devastating to hear that kind of thing happen, especially when it's somebody so close to you, and
Oh yeah.
you hear the, oh yeah, I never saw that coming. They never seemed like they were the type. It's,
He
I
was
don't
a
know that there is a type.
starting football player. He was, top in his class. I mean, class clown. Like he never met a stranger. I mean, it was just he was dealing with demons that he never talked to anybody about.
Right.
He was going to therapy because his dad and his mom, he was born into a military, family, and his
Right.
dad had deployed numerous of times, and his mom wasn't the best of people, but that's besides the point. Things are turning around now because they do have another kid together, but um,
Right.
it was just things that you wouldn't ever expect a 15-year-old kid to be dealing with. I mean,
Right.
and it was rough on me. I know it's rough on my friends still. I mean, which we're coming up on a year this year, so it's like
Right.
the closer you get to that date, you kind of go numb during the year, but the closer you get to that date, it's like opening up a wound again.
Right. Well, I think it goes without saying, we all are keeping him in our thoughts and prayers, and hoping he finds a way to find the people that he needs to be around during that time.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, me and the
uh,
wife have gotten him some help. We've walked him through, how to register with the VA and how to get his, disabilities and stuff for himself. And, he, for a while, and I still think he still does, he kind of blames
mm,
himself because he did deploy so much and really, be gone for, when you deploy with the military, it might only be, 6 months, but you're gone for a year. And
right,
the Navy, he is one of 8 that was selected in the United States to work hand in hand with the Navy SEALs. So he
right,
deployed a whole lot. So we've gotten him some help. He at first didn't want to take it, which I didn't either. I mean, you can talk to my wife. She told me it was me or the highway, and I told her, you're the only one that's ever stood beside me. You've helped me. You've cared for me. So it's you. And she took me to the mental hospital in Nashville, Tennessee, and got
mhm,
me, the help that I needed.
right. Um, South Texas Beardy says, life is too short to spend tearing each other down. We need more people lifting others up, supporting one another, and showing grace. I absolutely agree with that. Well said.
Yeah, I
It,
agree with that 100%.
it's easy to tear somebody down. It's harder to pick them back up. And but you know what? Just being there, giving your time, might be that difference. Baker, appreciate you being here, brother. I think we have our other co-host in here. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Hey, Ron, how you doing tonight, bub?
How's it going, man?
What's up, man?
I'm a little everywhere
Your
today.
your beard is looking good coming up on your year, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna talk about that on this Saturday. I think he's gonna go ahead and do a live measure on Saturday for his year.
Oh, that's
Because
awesome.
I believe it's probably around then, isn't it?
Yeah, around your birthday, yeah.
Yep. All right, so we're definitely going to talk about that. We were talking the about what was going on with his godson and everything. So we kind of just jumped right into that. Um, and you're a veteran yourself, Summers, and you have firsthand experience with the PTSD and everything else. So I think you being there for your buddy is definitely a plus. But,
Yeah,
nobody should have to go through that sort of thing by themselves.
it's really anybody. Now that I have gotten into the school full time and deal with special needs kids, I see it even in the parents with the special needs kids. They feel helpless. They feel like, it's got to be hard. I mean, both of my kids are able to talk to us, and some of the kids I deal with are nonverbal. And when you're dealing with something like that, it's very frustrating and very depressing. And even they have experienced traumatic events. One of them, when their daughter was born, was told she'll never walk ever. She'll never do this, she'll
Right.
never do that, and they just automatically assume and tell these parents this stuff. So it's like, that's traumatic. And I tell them all the time. They always come to talk to me when they pick them up, and they're like, how are you so happy? And I was like, I don't know. I just love my job, right?
Right.
Which is the reason why I had to go back to a baby face, but due to safety reasons. I
Well,
do
let's go
got
ahead and get into
stubble.
that. So what kind of work are you doing currently? You told me, but I don't think these guys know. So, what kind of work are you
So
doing right now?
I was substitute for almost 2 years. Every time I got called to sub, it would be for a special needs classroom. Absolutely loved it. And then after my going on my second year, they called me up and they were like, "Hey, we have a sped position available," which is kind of like in a regular classroom. So I would go classroom to classroom to help other kids that had like IEPs or something like that, which is like a reading disability or dyslexia or something like that. So I would kind of just be in the classroom helping some kids out or behavioral. So they
Hmm.
they got me at first full time for behavioral and pushing into the classrooms. And then at the end of the day, the last 2 hours, I would be in the special needs classroom. And so I
Okay.
kept, if someone was out in the special needs classroom, I would go there and I'd be in there all day. And it got to the point where I was like, this is where I want to be. I mean, I'm seeing these kids grow. I'm seeing these kids, that don't even talk, that I can tell them, "Hey, pull out a blue block for me out of this bag." And they'll sit there and look in the bag and here comes a blue block, and it's like, wow, just the accomplishment that some of these kids have made since I've been in the room, and parents saying, "I don't know what you're doing with my kid." But they are so excited, and we don't deal with issues in the morning time. Like we can just tell that they're excited, and I just look at them and tell the parents, I said, they feed off of your energy. So if you're in a bad mood or you're having a bad time, just like the dogs right now, he knows I'm on a live. So but they feed off your energy. So I just, when I go in there, it's one of them things. You have to leave home at home and leave work at work. Like if I was to bring my
Right.
job home, I would be stressed to the max 24/7. But I love my job. I am full time starting next year, which it ended this year. So around February, I finally became full time in the ELC classroom, which is special needs. And starting next year, I will be in that classroom 24/7, Monday through Friday. It
That's
was
awesome.
so they asked me to go to school and be the teacher, and I told them, give me 4 years. My son will be out of high school in 4 years. The family always to me comes first. So if my son needs me, I'm gonna leave. And if you don't need someone like me in here that's gonna have to leave occasionally or periodically, frequently throughout the week, then I'm not your guy. And they were like, no, no, no. You take care of your family. When you can be here, you can be here. And I told them,
Right.
I said, after 4 years, if I'm still enjoying it, yeah, I'll go to school. I'll get my degree and I'll be the teacher. But that is where I'm at now. I had two incidences as of February when I became in there full time, that one of the kids had grabbed my beard, which I was almost at 7 inches. Uh, they had grabbed it and just dropped to the ground and like pulled me down with them. So it was a safety issue, and I said, okay, I just won't get close to them, right? Well, you
Right.
can't do that. They find a
Right.
way. They're either up in your lap, or they're gonna find a way. Well, around about 1st of April, I had a second incident. Kind of the
Okay.
same thing, but this person was in a wheelchair, and when they wrapped it around their hand, they went to take off, and it pulled me out of my chair onto the
Okay.
ground. And I said, there's not going to be a third time. So I completely took it off. And,
Right.
it's just a safety issue. I can't get hurt, then I can't be at my job, right? So
Right.
they didn't ask me to. There was no codes or dress codes saying you can't have a beard, you can't have this. It was just it's a safety thing for me that I had to take it down short. So I took it
Right.
to bare skin, and I have kind of let it. I mean, I've got stubble now. I will let it come back out probably about 2 inches, and just keep it trimmed up. Um, because I do miss it. I absolutely miss it.
Right.
The kids miss it. The wife misses it. I
Right.
mean, when you get used to something and you're actually taking care of yourself to present the beard that you're able to grow, it means something to you. You
Right.
get compliments when you're down to the 7 inch. You're getting compliments like, "Man, how'd you grow that? Man, that looks so
Right.
good." It's like, man, I do miss it.
Right. And and that's the thing. I mean, I think all the guys in here, all the bearded guys in this chat know what it would be like to make that decision to either A, I'm gonna have to find another job, or B, you know, trim down the beard, for your safety and for the safety of others. And I think you making the decision to do that and do something that you love by helping these kids is amazing.
It just
Because
it
man,
makes
I
me
could see the
happy.
tear in your eye I could see the tear in your eye when you were shaving it down. I just know that tear had to be there, but
Oh, it was. I was talking to it. I was talking to myself, and I had the clippers, and I was just like, it's got to happen. Like, you love your job, you don't want to get hurt. Like, it's got to
right.
happen. And instead of doing like up here and leaving a goatee, I just went right down the middle, and I was like,
Woo.
this looks dumb, so I have to commit. I have to get it all off now.
Right. Well, Miss K was saying, "Hey, you look pretty good in stubble too." So, hey, man, a
Thank
beard's a
y'all.
beard, whether it's short, whether it's long. Just I respect the fact that you trimmed it to one, for safety for yourself, but also
Yeah.
for the safety of the kids. I mean, I can imagine them getting a hold of it and pulling you down on them. And that
Well, it goes
that could
back.
be an issue as well. So,
It goes back to they feed off of it, right? So if they knew that it
right,
hurt me and they're mad for the day, they're gonna do something to hurt you. And they don't
right,
mean it in a bad way,
right,
but that's their communication, right? Like, if they're in a bad mood, then you're about to be in a bad mood. So,
right,
Well, I think everybody would agree that regardless of how short you have your beard or no beard, you're still part of the community.
well, I
absolutely,
appreciate that. I mean, that means a lot. I've had to step back a lot because of some things with my son, and we've
Mhm.
been dealing with a lot with him. We tried a behavioral program close to the end of the school year. It kind of worked, but we're dealing with a lot of hormones. Excuse me. Dealing with a lot
be
of
right back, guys.
hormones. I mean, he's 14, about to be 15, coming up here soon. So we're dealing with hormones on top of maturity level, which he's autistic. So, if
Mhm.
he's 14, he might only be functioning around 10 or 11, right? So puberty and hormones and stuff like that, he doesn't understand, but his body's going through it regardless. So
All right.
we're dealing with that. There was a lot of bad influence too in the school system, because he doesn't know how to interact with people very well. So if he sees a class bully picking on a kid and getting attention, well, guess what? My son wants the attention too, so he started picking on kids, and it got
Mhm.
out of hand really quick. And being in a public school setting myself, working there, and my wife working in a public school setting, you can't always catch everything. You can't. And a lot of these teachers thought it was my son that was causing a lot of the issues, which he was. I'm not taking up for him, but a lot of it was stemmed through him not knowing how to interact with peers,
Right.
because he had been with his mom that had homeschooled him from third grade all the way to sixth grade. So he had been out of the school setting and he had no clue how to interact with peers, how to interact with authority, any of that. So when we got
Right.
him full time, neither one of us were in a position where we could homeschool him. So public school was where it's at. And I even talked to some of his doctors and they were like, no, he needs that interaction. He needs the public interaction. So it's been a struggle since, we got him at the end of sixth grade. And seventh grade, he kind of was figuring himself out. So he kind of just kind
Mhm.
of skated through. Eighth grade was rough though. And it's been really rough because once again, he doesn't know how to express himself really either. And if he gets mad, he his top is blown. Like there's
Right.
no, building up to it. It's just, 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. So
So
we
what grade are you teaching in, or are you
so I
still
do special needs third, fourth, and fifth grade.
nice?
My wife teaches third grade science and social studies. For 9 years, was it 9 years you taught? 11, 11 years she taught ELA, English Language Arts,
Okay.
and social studies. And now she's found her niche. She absolutely loves science and social studies, and you know you you almost need to be an English teacher before you become a science and social studies teacher because it all interacts together.
Hmm.
They're still getting that ELA with her, which is amazing. Scores showed it this year. Her scores showed out of the charts. I mean, she done amazing things for these third graders going into fourth grade, and next year she'll be doing science and social studies again. Um, just because they enjoyed her doing it, and she enjoys it too. So, but I am third, fourth, and fifth grade. We had 10 kids in our class. We lost two because they ended up going homeschooled, and then we have 5 or 6 coming down from second grade to third grade that we're going to get in my class. So next year is going to be a handful. But
You know,
I
I,
hope they
I,
get the right teachers hired, because we are looking for a new teacher and we're looking for a new assistant to help me. So
well, yeah, I said it to you on the phone when we talked the other day. It was a surprise seeing your name pop up on the ringer, but it takes special adults to be able to take care of kids that have special needs, and I firmly believe that, and you know, I think what you're doing is great. I think what your wife is doing is great, and I commend you for that. I don't think that kind of a teaching environment is for everybody. I don't
it,
think everybody can do it. It takes a special kind of person to do that, and I commend you for that, man.
my first year of subbing, I didn't know that I liked it.
Right.
Because I went from pre-K, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all special needs classrooms. Like if they
Mhm.
called me, look, I wanted to make my money, right? Like I'm gonna accept it. I could have been a gym teacher. I could have been, whatever they called me to sub for, but they knew that I would be there for the special needs classroom. So I got my money as a sub, and then I told the elementary school vice principal, I said, because she asked me if I wanted to be a one-on-one, which is just me and one kid, and I follow that kid wherever he goes, whatever class he goes to. And I told her, I said, I would rather be an assistant or a teacher instead of a one-on-one. When one of those type of kids get you as a one-on-one, if they're at school, you should be at school, right? Because you're their one-on-one. It is
Right.
very hard when you deal with a special needs person, if they have to deal with change or has to deal with someone different that they're not used to, it's a tornado. Um,
Right.
so I told them with the way my son is and stuff like that, and him needing me for help or the school calling me to come get him because he's just having a horrible day. I can't be a one-on-one with someone. I just can't give that dedication because in my opinion, if that kid's going to be at school, I need to be there for him.
Right.
And I couldn't give that 100% dedication to a one-on-one. Now that might be different on down the road. I've been working with one of my
Right.
students in my classes now, that I'm dealing with. He's going into fifth grade. And his mom has talked to me a lot because I have taught him how to read. Now he's not reading to understand, he's not reading to, but it's the same way I taught my son really how to read. Like, if they can pick up on pictures, they have a photographic memory. So if they can pick up on certain words and you read it, then they read it behind you, then they read it on their own. Guess what? They just instilled those words into their brain. So technically, they're reading it. Now, they might not understand what they're reading, but he would come home and be like, School wasn't long enough. I want to go back, Mr. Justin this, Mr. Justin that. And so she has asked me to be a one-on-one for her son, and if it goes through, yeah, I might be a one-on-one with him because he is a super nice kid, willing to learn, just an amazing kid. And a lot of times they don't get attention like other kids do. They don't get to play the sports, they don't get to do a whole lot of stuff. So it just when they have special events at the school and some of these kids are getting ice cream because they're top reader of their class, guess who's up there fighting for his kids to get them ice cream? Like, they're
Right.
sitting in the cafeteria watching all these other kids go get ice cream. Well, guess what? My kids are going up there to get ice cream also. I don't care if they can't read or they can't talk. Like, it just
Right.
they don't understand, right? Other kids understand, like, oh man, I need to pick my game up. I want ice cream next time. My kids
Right.
don't.
Right.
So, and it's helped me with my mental health. It truly has.
That was
Because
my next question.
yeah, they have bigger and worse problems than I could ever fathom. Yes, I deal with my issues and I deal with stuff that bothers me, and there's things that trigger me and stuff like that. But when you haven't been able to talk your entire life and you're upset, that is way worse than anything I've ever had to deal with because they
While you're
can't
still trying to figure out how to express,
yeah.
what they're feeling or what they're thinking, and
And a lot of the
the
parents are
learning
like, he's
process
just
of that alone
violent.
is yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the parents are like, he's violent. And I'm like, listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm none of the above, but I am a father of a special needs kid. And I can tell you right now, that's them trying to tell you something's wrong, and I just
Mhm.
shoot it to them straight. Like some people have told me, man, you can't really talk to parents and this and that. And I'm like, I don't have to have a job. I'm a 100% disabled veteran. I do what I do because I enjoy what I do. Like, I don't have to be here. And if y'all don't want me here, then I'll leave. And they're like, no, 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 we love you. We love like, so, I have done more than some of the teachers' assistants because I care about my kids. And that yes, there's a teacher in the classroom that's teaching the kids, but I'm with them more than the teacher is. The teacher's teaching all of them, whereas I have like
Mhm.
4 or 5 of the 10. So I know them really well. I go to the bathroom with them. I'm wheeling them around in the wheelchair and this and that. So you build a relationship with them, and I tell
Right.
people all the time, they're not trying to be violent. They're not trying to to throw that at you. They're trying to get your attention because they can't talk like we can. A lot of them, we're in a low poverty area, so a lot of them can't afford like a therapist for sign language or teach some of these kids,
Right.
things like that. So my wife has helped me out with like, getting me some like picture cards and stuff just to see if we can start teaching them the word stop or what it looks like, right? Like this is a stop sign. It's red. It's got these letters on it. Because if they want to, stop what they're doing, I could hold up a sheet and they could pick it off and hand it to me. If they want to take a nap or they need to go to the bathroom or something, so
Right.
there's a lot of stuff that has helped me with my mental health, and that's why I've advocated for my son. I've tried to get him, therapist and help and have him talk to someone because that is a big trigger to me because, he doesn't understand how to explain why he's upset or why he's mad at us or what we done wrong. It's just lash out, fight you like a grown man, throwing things, chasing you with things. Like it's pretty violent. Now there is no such thing as happy autism or violent autism, but he is violent autistic, and there's different levels and different things, but no one just comes out and says, oh, my kid has the happy autism, or oh, my kid has the violent autism. It's autism is autism is autism.
Right. And
um
that kind of brings us to this question here. Uh, from Miss K. Justin, how did you come to have so much patience, grace, and understanding asking for myself?
it's not always there, Miss K. um you got to step back, and honestly, the one that gave me the most patience is my wife. She'll tell me, hey, you got to go calm down, go step outside, go to the garage, do what you got to do to calm down, and then come back and talk to your son, quietly or calmly. And I'm like, okay. And so just with dealing with that, it is built patience up for me to be able to help other kids in the classroom. Because
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you, that classroom's not for everybody, and I didn't think it was for me. And
Right.
just with my wife teaching me patience and how patient she is. Now, when she comes home, she'll vent. Man, I had a horrible day. I had to deal with Sally Mae that was climbing the cabinets and throwing things. But she has more patience than anybody I know, and she's taught me a whole lot with the patience and the understanding because when my son was little, he was kind of nonverbal up until he was about. I mean, he spoke a few words, but he was kind of nonverbal up until he was probably 4 or 5. And even in kindergarten, the teacher was like, he just don't speak. We don't know what he's doing or what's wrong with him. And, you know, it was right at that point when he was getting ready to graduate kindergarten. That's when I got with my wife Chanel, and she said, "Hey,"
Hmm.
she said, "Has he ever been tested?" And I said, "What do you mean tested? Like no parent wants to hear that, right?"
Right.
And she was like, he's developmentally delayed. Like I'm seeing things that he should already be doing going into first grade, right? And so we took him. We took him to Autism Incorporated at 6 years old, and he wasn't back there 5 minutes, y'all. And the lady come out and was like, he's 100% autistic. And there's no sugarcoating it, there's no like leading into it or anything. And I had done told my wife, which we weren't married at the time, we are now, but I told her then, I said, whatever they say, I'm gonna accept it, and I'm gonna have to move on and learn, because in his mind, he's normal.
Right.
In our mind, we know he's not. So all the training and doctors and therapists and stuff, they ain't training the kids. They're training the parents. And you've
Right.
got to learn the patience. You've got to calm down. And I'm not always calm. I'm not. I deal with my own demons, but you have to be patient. You just have to. And the good Lord ain't gonna give you nothing you can't handle. And my grandparents, rest their soul, would tell me that growing up, and I never understood it. I'm like, oh, here's Grandpa telling me the same thing again. But it's true. Like, the good Lord ain't gonna give you nothing you can't handle. And like you said earlier, Dave, I think he gives the things that he knows that the people can handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that he kind of, yeah, it's exactly what I said, man. It's not for everybody.
It's not.
It just is. It takes special people to be able to have that, not just the patience for it, but the desire to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's, I can imagine how that would test my patience, and not because I wouldn't want to, but I know for myself that may not be the best position for me. And
Right.
I commend anybody that can. And
Well, I'll tell you a little story. My first time subbing in an ELC classroom, I walked in and I was subbing for the teacher. So there was two teachers assistants in the classroom and then me. I was subbing for the teacher. When I walked in there, I immediately could tell that they were there for a paycheck.
right,
And I knew right then and there, if I didn't do something, these kids are going to get pushed under a rug and they're not going to ever learn anything. Because I'm here to tell
right.
you, some of the most richest people in this world, some of the most smartest people in this world are autistic and
Yep.
Down syndrome and some other things. And you would never ever guess it. But that's because someone did not push them under a rug and they actually pushed them. And as soon as
Right.
I found out about my son, I don't treat him any different than any other kid. I don't. And I can't. I cannot let him know that he has a condition. He knows he's 14. He knows that he has a condition. He knows that he is different, but we do not treat him any different, because if we did, then it's going to do nothing good for him, because one day me and Chanel's not going to be here anymore, and he's going to have to be on his own. He's going to have to do things on his own. I went to
Right.
Iraq with two guys that were fully autistic. Back then they called it Asperger's. Well, there's no such thing as Asperger's anymore. It's just autism, autism, autism. Um, but if you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want to do in this world.
Right. Justin sounds like Justin sounds like the kind of teacher movies are made of. Right.
It's rough, guys. It's. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy, because you're talking
Yeah.
to someone that does deal with post traumatic stress disorder, that does deal with, anxieties and depressions and stuff like that. And a lot of times you get this. You think of a soldier as someone that just can't, he's big, tough, and that's nothing can break him down, and this and that. Well, we're trained to be that way. It don't matter what your position is in the military. Good God, a June bug just come in the size of my fist. Anyway, sorry.
You can keep it over there. I don't want those over here.
Right.
but but they train us to how to deal with stress and anxiety, and good God, that thing's huge. They train us to how to deal with adrenaline rushes, and oh, it's on your shirt. Sorry, guys,
Hey,
technical difficulty here. We live in the country.
if June bugs are big enough to where you can fillet them,
It's as big,
they're
as big
too
as my
dang big.
fist. Yeah, you don't want to squish that thing. You're about to see me. I don't know if y'all caught my live that one day when the hornet wasp thing come after me. I was outside on the deck.
No, I think I
Gosh.
missed that one.
But yeah, so the military trains you. Don't hit that thing at me. God, y'all are about to laugh.
Probably.
But they train you to deal with that stuff. They train you to
Mhm.
deal. It's right over here over your bread loaf. They So we're not all tough big guys. We're not.
Mhm.
I mean, I deal with things just like the next person does. And you have to overcome that depression. You have to overcome that I'm alone, nobody wants me around, nobody wants to be around me, this and that. You have to overcome that Because if you continue to keep telling yourself you don't mean anything, guess what? You won't be here any longer.
Right. So do
I'm
you feel
39. I'm 39, Kenny. I just seen that question. So
okay? Do you
sorry.
feel that what you're doing with at the school is helping improve your own mental stability and
Absolutely.
with your therapy and things like that that you're going through?
I
Um,
truly do. Absolutely. What the
yeah,
heck is this thing?
I don't know, but you're grabbing
Whoa.
it with two hands, and that's
Get down. Hold on, guys.
No, don't. It'll be nasty.
I just stunned him. All right, he's dead now. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
We don't kill bugs
All right,
outside,
guys.
but we do kill
Woo!
bugs inside.
I had to hold that thing with two hands, y'all.
Playing volleyball with a June bug, right?
Yeah, but no, I do. Back to your question, Dave. I do truly believe it is helping me with my mental health.
Right.
Because, like I said, there's people out there, and it's not just my kids that I deal with. There's people out there that are dealing with way more than I could ever imagine. And not to say that I'm not dealing with something, but that is why I'm a true huge advocate of pushing. Go talk to someone. Pick up the phone.
Right.
Call that number 988. Like, I just had a custom baseball jersey made the other day that says on the front of it, it's black with the green stripes coming down it. It's a baseball jersey, and it says "You Matter." And on the back, the name for the back of the jersey says "Call." And the number on the jersey is 988.
There you go.
Just because, I mean, who cares if you have to go to a hospital for 3 or 4 weeks to get regulated? But you're still here with us. You know what I mean? Like you're not another number. You're not another statistic. I'm telling y'all, if I don't reach back to you or you don't see me for a while, I'll answer the phone. I will. I'll answer the phone. If I don't answer it, I will call you back because 2 years ago, one of my good buddies, when we got back from our first deployment, he decided to go and do SF training. So he went and done SF training. He's been a special forces guy since 2011. 2 years ago, he called me at night, Thanksgiving night. Was it Thanksgiving or Christmas? Christmas Eve. That's when it was. Called me at Christmas Eve. He was in another country. He's called me on a satellite phone. And he said, I don't care to be here anymore. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. Long story short, I finally told him. So there's a chaplain around somewhere. I said, why you have me on the satellite phone? I said, go get the chaplain. I need to talk to him. So I went and talked to he finally went and got a chaplain. I mean, it took us arguing back and forth, and finally a chaplain got on the phone and I told him, I said, he's not going on the next mission. I don't care. I'm not in the military no more. I don't have any rank, but he is not going on the next mission. You need to get him some help. He has done too many things and he's not proud of it and he don't want to be here no more. And after that, the chaplain finally called me again. I stayed up, guys. I was up till probably 4 o'clock Christmas Day morning, and finally the chaplain got back in touch with me, and he said, "Man, he was sitting on the rooftop on the edge when he called you." And I said, "Well, if I can save one, I can save a million. I mean, and I'm not, I'm nobody. I deal with the same
Right.
things as everybody else."
Got another question for you here. Where is that twang from?
30 minutes west of, well, probably 45 minutes west of Nashville, Tennessee. I was born and raised here in Tennessee, and I guess that's where my twang comes from.
Right, you definitely got it. It was what's bad is after we talked on the phone that day, I got off the phone and I started getting a little bit of a twang going myself. I'm like,
It rubs
man, it's
off on you a little
contagious. It's
bit, don't it?
contagious. It's kind of like being around my grandparents. You're around them enough, you just kind of picked it up,
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if I was in the chat the other day. I think it was one of y'all's shows, and I had mentioned golf. People say it's the most boring, dumbest sport, blah blah. I'm here to tell y'all that sport, it'll make you have some patience. You've got to. If you try too hard or you get mad at yourself, you're done. You're over. Like you ain't gonna be able to hit that golf ball the rest of the day. So I have picked up golf again. I have played golf since I was, oh, how old was I I was probably 7 when my granddad got me my first clubs. And I've played off and on, and then when I joined the military, I just didn't play no more. And I have picked it back up a couple of years ago when some of the guys at the VFW were like, "Hey, go with us and play golf." And I'm like, "Oh, I ain't got no clubs. I ain't got nothing." "Oh, just come with us. We'll find you some clubs." So I started playing golf again, and here recently had picked it back up. After my godson passed away, I didn't really want to do anything, just to be real, and was kind of depressed. But I picked it back up here recently again, and that's helping also. You have to find avenues. You do. You have to find avenues. And if you don't make yourself happy, you can't make nobody else happy. If you can't love yourself, you can't truly love anybody else. You just can't. If you can't sit there and make yourself happy, then how are you expecting to make other people happy? So I try to practice that every day. When Tyson was on the other night, with the journal thing, I hate writing. I do. I absolutely hate writing, but honestly, the things he was saying truly touched home. I mean, his book's amazing. If nobody's read his book, I mean,
Right.
great Father's Day gift. I'm not trying to,
Absolutely.
support anybody or throw things out there, but that book, it don't matter how many times you pick it up, and you do not have to read it from page 1 to the back. You don't. You can
Right.
open it up and go to a story, and it's going to touch home if you let it. You have to let what's
Right.
in that book speak to you. You do. And I can't wait for his second one to come out. But I got to start writing. I do. I got to start writing because there's a lot that does truly mean something to me, and I'm not the best at showing how much things mean to me. So
Right. Well, writing it down, that's one of the things that we encourage a lot. As far as, we encourage journaling a lot,
yeah,
which has me, uh, keep your eyes open, guys. I got some ideas coming out for that. And I'm just going to stop there. But I have some ideas coming out for that. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. But yeah, man, it's great to see you on. It's great to get your story in and not feel rushed, to man, it's already been an hour. You
I
know what I mean?
know.
And it just doesn't feel like it. It goes by so fast sometimes. Um,
10 o'clock.
Well, my
let's
phone's
see.
charged, so yeah. And our power, we're on
Uh,
a rolling blackout or whatever. That when we had the ice storm, we had some stations that went chaotic. So we've been running off of other power stations while they're fixing these. So if it goes black, if anybody's got any questions, I'll gladly answer them.
right.
But I do know that we're about to have a power outage here soon. So if it does go
I think
black,
we
I'm
had
sorry.
I think Lions Mane Ari was asking about that jersey with the 988. Do you have those available?
It's something I've seen on Etsy, and I wanted to give it a try. Because there might be something in the works.
Okay. Oh,
I think we just lost them.
I think we might have just lost him there. We'll see if he's able to get back in. Let's see. Gives me a minute to. I'm gonna go ahead and put him down here and see if he's able to come back in. I'm gonna try to catch up with the chat here a little bit. Probably won't be the next few months. Dave tells me Maine feels like an hour and 25 minutes, Dave. Hey, it's yeah. Sometimes, Baker. Boy, blackouts are real. I thought that was just a conspiracy. No, it isn't. Yeah. During the
Yeah, we go
summer
through.
is probably when we're going to get hit the most with it.
We're gonna get hit with it too. We'll have what would
Yeah.
they call them? Rolling brownouts. You know,
Brownouts,
California
scheduled
thing, yeah.
blackouts. Yeah.
Scheduled blackouts. Yeah, so they could save a few bucks. Good thing I changed my batteries.
Yeah, I have my glasses on. And just because you changed your name there doesn't mean I can't ignore you still. Davy Beard is getting long. Yep, I broke 13 inches not too long ago. So I'm excited about that. Looks like you might have got him back in. Well, wait to see his face there. There we go.
Well, that's up to the internet.
Yep, I think we
Mhm.
we have to see if he catches up a little bit on the got some lag there. Damn June bugs eating the the power cables in Justin's house. They're big enough to.
Probably. Well, if I saw what I thought I saw, man, that thing was like that big.
Right, it was big.
I mean, our June bugs are like that.
Yeah, our June bugs are not that big. All right, maybe there you are. Looks like we did lose you there for a minute, Justin. Not sure
Can
if
you
you
hear
can
us?
hear me.
I can't hear. Well, he might not be able to hear us.
Right. Not sure if he can hear us. Must have been a Texas June bug.
The thing looked pretty big.
Well, I'm trying to figure out which
Well, I
one
can
it
hear
is.
them. I don't know if he can hear us.
Right. I'm gonna let him try to get caught up here and see if he can actually hear us and go from there.
That was a June bird, not a June bug.
Same link now.
Yeah, that
Yep,
sounds
that was a
about right,
June
Lance.
bird. Right. Now, yeah. If a bug can hit you in the head and give you a concussion, that's that bug's too dang big. Let's see. For all the ladies, no men allowed.
Yeah, I'm ready to get it set up for them whenever they're ready. We're gonna try to
Yep,
get them a nice background, and hopefully they can do it pretty soon.
Kenny says, Justin, you're a hero many times over. I'm a couple of years older than you, but thank you for being a leader in everything you do and setting an example for everyone. If Justin is not able to make it back in, then I know he's going to go ahead and check out the replay on this, and I'm sure he's going to really appreciate the comments, guys. Mark Johnson says, longest beard I've had yet, almost 6 inches. Many thanks. Haven't measured in a while. All right. Well, that's awesome, man.
I don't remember what I was at last time I measured. Do you?
I want to say you're at 5.5 or 6 last time you measured, I believe.
I say it was probably 5. I think it was close to 5.5. Maybe just over. Might have been just over 6.
I think you're around 5.5
The longest
last
one's
time, I
probably
think.
down to here.
Yeah.
Here, around here.
Yeah.
That's not where it all goes. It's just the longest hair.
Well, yeah, you can't pull on it now to measure. Let's see if
Wait,
we can
what?
get him in.
When?
Hey, Justin, can you hear us okay? Nope. I just lost him again. It's all good. Aaron, if you want to talk for just a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him a text and just let him know it's okay if he's not able to get back in. We'll have him on another time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll just catch up again on another show. I mean, we're trying to get some. Well, I think what Dave's been trying to do is get some of the people that we had during the 24-hour stream and get them back on to have a longer chat time with them, because some people seem like they wanted to talk a little bit longer than we had available in the 24 hours. So,
Right, and Justin was
Because-
definitely one of those.
right. He
I mean,
he
he was-
definitely had a lot more to say, and we wanted to hear it, but we just didn't have the time for it at that point. But now we do. So,
and there's and I'm sure there's so much more that we could talk about with Justin, and I really do appreciate him taking the time to come on. And I understand that things happen. But he's texting me right now. Let's see what he says, guys.
Yeah, we'll measure again on Saturday, babe. That way you can measure with the tape and during the live.
You know, I'm just saying, Baker, if I see you in my window, yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. Nope, power is off. It was supposed to be 10:30, but they done killed it. Well, we will have him on at another time, guys. But yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind, you know, give Summers a thumbs up and thank him for popping in. It was really appreciated to have him in today, and just kind of get more of his story, because I think everybody that was watching that night on the 24 hours live stream, you know, we knew he had so much more to talk about. But
Well, even tonight, it seems like you still had a lot more to say, which is
yeah,
unfortunate,
right.
you know. But you know, the weather is what it is.
Yep, absolutely. And just as a reminder, guys, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up if you have not done so already. If you guys wouldn't mind, make sure to start sharing this out. If you guys have any, if you guys wouldn't mind, we are on that road to 1K, and we just broke 950 the other day. I believe we're around 953 right now. So I'm starting to get really excited about that 1K mark coming up. Speaking of excitement, we have a special guest coming up on Saturday. That's going to be Mike Brewer. Y'all know him as Coffee with Brewer. It's going to be fun having him on. Another one of those guys that we had on that just seemed like there was so much more info that we could have gotten, and I'm really looking forward to getting him on, seeing what he's got planned, seeing what he's got going on, and yeah, maybe just picking his brain a little bit. Now, very intelligent guy. And he's one of those guys that's just he's going to tell you how it is. He's not going to tell you what you want to hear. And that, that honesty it's rare sometimes. Kiki, have a good night. I appreciate you being here tonight. I might actually be able to make it, Dave. I should be home in time. All right. That sounds awesome. Be great to see you in there on Saturday night and in the chat. And you know, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and cut this one a little bit short tonight. But yeah, I just got a couple more questions for you guys, and I'm going to let explain to what's going on over here. First off, I want to know from you guys, what is one win that you guys have had this week? And I know I've asked you guys, especially on Beyond the Beard, what is one thing that you found to do for yourself this morning? What is one thing you found to do for yourself daily? Let's see if he's able to pop in while you guys are answering. Can you hear us?
I can. It's kind of choppy. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah,
we
we can
can.
hear
We're
you.
just letting everybody know that we understand, and we're going to go ahead and get you in on another day at another time. Man, we were on for an hour, and it still feels like we got so much more to talk about. So I appreciate you coming on, brother. And I think we might have lost him again there. Yeah. I'm just going to say, check out the chat, check out the replay on this later on, and we will catch you later, brother. All right, guys. So one thing that you guys have done for yourself daily, or one thing that you're going to start doing for yourself daily. It's about, if you get in the habit of doing things for yourself, you're going to start getting in the habit of caring for yourself. And that's why it's important, guys. Let's see. We got a few here, I think. We'll be on Lakeside Stroll doing the show. I'm not sure where he's going to be, honestly. The stream was awesome. I have an older sister with a lot of mental health issues. Well, I appreciate that, Robert Allen. I really do. Didn't get my house flooded is a win. It absolutely is.
Mm-hmm.
And from Alicia, Matthew winning or graduating with honors. That is absolutely a win.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Johnson, I got out of work on time both days this week so far. Yep, micro can be beastly days. Yep. This trip has been a win, relaxing. That was much needed. That's awesome. Well, we hit 50 on YouTube, so we're so young in the game, but exciting that we're able to have a live convo on YouTube today. Very nice. Let's see. Stanley got to sit on his porch swing, drinking a cup of coffee right after beard routine. That is what he has chose to do for himself. That is awesome. A second week of school and finally got a snack pack. Awesome win. There you go. Win for Kenny is he made it to Wednesday. Beard routine for me. Absolutely. That's awesome, man.
I'll repeat something that Tyson said. Win for everybody is waking up for the day.
Absolutely.
Definitely a win for me. I'm glad to be here today. Work was not so bad today. Only, sorry if I'm interrupting, but
No, you're good.
Working on some of these machines in this weather kind of sucks, and thankfully I didn't have very many outside machines to work on today, so I was feeling more energized when I got home. Was a little bit late because Alicia was cooking dinner, so
Right. That's awesome. I'm glad you were able to get out early enough. It's good. It's always good to see you on Beyond the Beard as well as the Bearded Kin. Um, you know, I know that you're busy on Tuesdays, and Tuesdays take a lot out of you. But it's the chat loves seeing you. I always appreciate you being here, and when you can. So as always, Aaron, you're always welcome on Beyond the Beard anytime that you have the ability to. Let's see. So, real quick, guys, we are going to be taking off a little bit early tonight. I have a lot of packing to get stuff together. Me and Kay are heading to Morro Bay for a couple days just to kind of get out of the valley a little bit. It's supposed to be 64 degrees at the coast, Aaron.
yeah,
Man, I am looking forward to that.
I want to
'Cause
go
it's
back
like
pretty soon.
I was in Frezies today, and it was 104. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I need some cool weather, but definitely looking forward to that. We'll definitely be sending some photos, and who knows, we might just pop in on a random live just to say hi to you guys, and just kind of check in with everybody. But really looking forward to it. And remember, guys, after the show, so I mentioned this last week. We were talking about the hype button. I believe you get 3 hypes per week, and you can hype a show 3 times, or you can hype 3 times per week, and that's per account that you have. Now, I did not have the hype on. I thought I did, but either A, it wound up getting cleared off YouTube, or I just forgot to hit it. So that hype button is available, and it does kind of show YouTube that you guys value what you're watching, and it gives them the idea that they can push out the content more. So every time you guys do that, it's greatly appreciated. With all that said, guys, let's shout out those small batch companies that we all know and love. What you guys got in beer tonight, and then we're gonna close up. Aaron, what you got in beer tonight?
Blackjack, oil and butter.
Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. I have Beard Octane Grizzly Puncher in tonight.
Nice.
Just I wound up stripping. Sometimes after I strip, I like getting something I know is going to absorb pretty quick in there. That lighter oil definitely does well at that.
Yeah, I did last night. That's why I'm all kind of out there today. I didn't have a chance to really
Can you go
groom
back
myself
and
before the
hype it
show.
afterwards? Can we go back and hype it afterwards, even if we already liked it? Yes. So if you like it, you can absolutely like it now. And I believe it has to fully process, so it has to hit that 24-hour mark where you can actually see the chat and you can hype the lives. But any of the other video content, the long form content, that could be hyped as well. So yeah, it all helps. So thank you, appreciate that. What
Okay,
kind of
thanks.
chowder is in more bay, cream or tomato base? It is going to be a cream based. Will my accent be going on vacation with you? It might. It just might. Bayou Bigfoot oil. Nice. Justin, definitely have to come back on another show. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Johnny Ray Blue Tansy oil and Dr. Nick's butter. TNBC Christmas at Baker's. And Miss K finally put this in her hair tonight. Caribbean black oil from Flaming. And she, I almost put in Blackjack though. Yep. I think Blackjack will be for tomorrow. Valhar 463 TNBC Deer Hunter Butter. Dead Man's Growth Oil Routine.
Nice.
Nice. Copper John's Revitalizing Hair Serum and TNBC Black Dahlia Butter. Now, that Black Dahlia is pretty good too. Yep, that's awesome, man. And it does help, guys. Weatherbeard Citrus Hollow. And then we got TNBC Antisocial Beard Oil and Artist Man Butter.
I like that
You know
one.
what, that's-
Antisocial beard.
Yep, I do like the ASBC oil. I haven't tried Artist Man Butter though. That's one I have not tried.
Mm.
Stanley says he has not done his nighttime routine yet.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't done my nighttime routine. That was morning routine.
All right. Small Town Traditions, Johnny Appleseed today. 8-bid, 2 town for me. Nice. Yeah, you can hype once the stream is posted. The likes are they're separate. You can like and you can hype. Yep.
I think I might
Elegant
try something
Sasquatch.
different today.
You gonna
Not
try
sure
something
yet.
different?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
For
You have to give me a
tonight.
call and let me know what you're talking about, what you're thinking of. The Mister has the new Oath in the Oath in beard.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
makes
I'm gonna
it
say it
forbidden hair
right
oil
now.
does
I've had Ghost for a little while.
Mhm.
And the first time I smelt it, I was like, wow, that's really sweet. You know, it's not for me. And just recently I grabbed it and I was like, you know what, I want to put it in beard and see what it smells like in beard. And
Mhm.
as soon as I put it in, it just suddenly wasn't as sweet as I could smell it through the bottle. And it was
Mhm.
really mellow, more mellow than I thought it was going to be. And I actually really like the scent now than more
Right.
than I thought I would.
Yeah, that one's one that I was telling you at Worlds. That one surprised me, but yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I think that was one of Chris's scents too, Ghost. And yeah, I
Mhm.
really like it a lot more than I thought I would.
Face from Sean. Okay, then real chowder. Yep. Tomato based clam chowder sounds awful. Let's see. I can't wait to get the Christmas. I can't wait to get Christmas at Baker's. Okay.
You like it?
I believe they still have it. Yep. Safe travels to you and your aunt. Have fun. To you and Aunt B. Have fun, relaxing time. Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to, man. It's been a while, so I'm off until Sunday morning at 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. So I got some days off, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you all, everyone, for the love. Sorry the bug flew and powder beard serum tonight. By the way, awesome. Yeah, we have a busy evening ahead, but looking forward to taking a few days off starting tomorrow. Yep. Great seeing Justin. Yep. It was good seeing you. It was really good seeing you guys and hanging out with you guys as well. You get used to doing, 2 lives a week. You start just looking forward to hanging out with everybody again. Aaron, do you got anything you'd like to close with tonight?
No, I mean, I'm glad I could be here today. It's not every Tuesday that I can join, but I am very grateful for the Tuesdays that I can join. And, I'm glad to see all of you. And I'll see you all again on Saturday, hopefully.
Sounds good. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you guys are fighting those battles in your head, dial pound 988, and they do have a veterans hotline. And make sure to reach out to your brothers. If you need somebody to vent to, somebody to talk to, reach out. Don't stay sitting in silence. And remember, guys, never be ashamed of your story. It could be the light for somebody else. And with all that said, guys, we will see you guys Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we have special guest Mike Brewer on the Bearded Kin. We will see you then. You guys have a great night. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you then. Good night, guys.
Good night.
This is beyond the beer. This is who you are. Every hidden battle, every unseen scar. You're still standing here. You made your way. One more breath, one more step, one more day. You're not done yet.